Alright guys, so I'm back and I have a lot of new cheek goodies. So we got bronzers, we have a highlighter that I didn't expect to buy, and we have some new goodies from Blend Bunny Cosmetics. So let's go ahead and get started with the video. Hey guys, this is Ashley. Welcome on back to my channel. So, like I said, I have a lot of new cheek products here, so I figured that we give the cheeks some love and we'll just do a demo of all the little products that have come in lately. So, if you are new to this channel, welcome, and if you're oldie but goodie, welcome on back. My name is Ashley. I have a doctorate in pharmacy and I love makeup. So that's how you get Dr. Ash and her makeup. Please just call me Ash or Ashley. Now, I have lots of new cheek products, okay? And, you know, I'm just keeping it casual. Got my Florida A&M shirt on. Go Rattlers. Got my hoodie on. I didn't really feel like dressing up, you know? And a lot of times I am casual. Or do you guys realize that or not? I like best of both worlds. I like to be casual and I like to be dressed up. And I like dressed casual. Whatever. So at this moment, I just have my base makeup on, okay? So I got my eyebrows, I got them filled in with my Goof Proof pencil in the shade 3.75. I also have on my Pat McGrath foundation in the shade Medium Deep 22. Followed up with the concealer in Medium Deep 20. And no bronzer, no blush, got a little mascara on. So I figured we put all that on together because I got all these new products to test out. So let's see. Now, Blend Bunny was very gracious enough to send out some of their new collection right here. So it is like a two-part collection. So you have like the Juicy collection and then you have the Bear collection. So Maggie, the owner of Maggie, the owner of Blend Bunny, she contacted me and she said, hey, which one would you like in terms of a face palette? And I decided to go with the Bare Cheeks. Now they had the Juicy one, which I'll throw a picture of it right here. I thought it was really cute. And that was the one that she actually released first. And I was like, oh, that's really pretty, very vibrant, very summer colors. But then when she showed this one, it kind of just grabbed my attention because it was just a little different than some of the other things that I have. And although this shade and this shade is very light, I feel like I can still work that shade. And I kind of have like a little bronzer color here. The terracotta oranges that I love. Like a red, a purple, baby pink, a little something a little bit cooler. So I just thought it was a little different than the rest of my collection. So that's why I went with this one. But honestly, I'm probably going to go back and pick up the Juicy one as well. And then she also released some lip oils. So have the lip oils right here. I picked up two, and I want to say these are actually from the Juice collection because I love like orangey lip oils. So this one is the shade Squeeze. And then we also have the shade Juicy. And if you're wondering, this is what the package looks like of the Bare Cheeks. Blend Bunny is vegan, they're cruelty free, and it's good for 24 months once you open the package. And on the back, this is what the package looks like. I think like their packaging is definitely elevating. And even on the little unicartons of the lip oils, we have like the shade names. So this one says Squeeze, and then we also have Juicy. The shade names are on the bottom because I felt like that was one thing with at least the lip liner component of the Undressed collection that I was like, okay, this is great, but I don't know really which lip liner I'm using unless I open them all up. Now in terms of price, we have the lip oils. They retail for $12 each, which I think is a fantastic price. And then the palette retails for $36. And there are so many codes that are floating out there that you can use. I don't have a code, but I did get this in PR, so I do greatly appreciate that. And I'm going to start with the shade Juicy because I just have a bare minimum of like Vaseline on my lips because I got an Easter basket from my friends last night. We made Easter baskets for each other, and then we just kind of picked that random, like who would get what basket. And it was a lip balm in there, and I can't remember by who, but it kind of changes the color. Super fun, but my lips were kind of really, really bright pink. So I'm going to go in with this, and I love things like that. This, especially in the summer or when I'm working out. Ooh, a nice big doe foot applicator. It actually reminds me of the applicator of the Dior lip oil as well that I've been loving so much. And I like things like this when I'm running out the door, or even when I go on walking for my exercise. I still like to have something on my lips because my lips are big, okay? They're a little bit on the darker side, and they need something on them. I just can't be out here walking around with nothing on my lips. So far so good. I'm going to get more because, let's see, the stopper on the inside does take off quite a bit on the inside, but you can pick up a good amount. We have some color. I think we have just the right amount of color. And it feels really good. It doesn't feel too sticky. It feels thick enough where it's like it's actually going to hydrate your lips. And very smooth. It doesn't feel sticky at all, so I do like that. And I'm just going to use whatever is in the rim right now. I'm not going to dip back into the actual bottle. And I'm going to put some right here. That's my hot spot. My lips peel so much. It's crazy. It's insane. My lips are always peeling. They're always shedding. I drink a lot of water. Oh my gosh. After wearing a mask at work, when I leave work, it's just like, ugh, I'm always wiping that little cake line off. And virtually everything does it to me. Even the Dior, Vaseline, regular chapstick, it just doesn't even matter. So far, that feels wonderful. Now that we have our lip oil on, I'm going to jump into the bronzer before we jump in with the Blend Bunny blush palette. I got a little hot, took my sweatshirt off. Now, really excited for this. And I definitely wanted to try this out on camera because I picked up the new Pat McGrath bronzers. She finally gave us bronzers. Like, insert CC Pinston, finally. That's Jam from the 90s. If you know, you know. She finally gave us bronzers. Now, each bronzer releases for, or retails for actually $36. I bought this in a bundle, so the two together were $70 plus the discount code that she usually offers on launch day of 10%. And the bronzers range was like 8 shades. Now, she went very fair, which I think was great for the fair girlies. And it goes deep. It looks like it goes pretty deep, but I don't know. But then she does say that the last shade can be used for all the way up to her foundation range of shade 36, which I believe is the last shade for really deep individuals. But it doesn't appear that it looks like it will actually work. But you know, it's Pat McGrath. She knows what she's doing. You know, most of the time. I say most of the time because sometimes, you know, we get very upset over the eyeshadow. But complexion, she's been very spot on. As I mentioned, I am wearing the Pat McGrath foundation now. But it just didn't seem that that last shade would actually be able to bronze somebody who was on the very deep end of the spectrum. So I'm just very curious about it. But she did state that it would go up to her last foundation shade. And it does run deep. It goes up to 36 shades. And the shades are kind of transformative where multiple people can wear, you know, different shades. And the artistry behind the foundation does really work. So I'm going to just trust her instinct and go there. Now, I picked up the 2 shades that were towards the end of the spectrum. So I have the second to last shade, which would be Burnished Honey. That is the deepest shade. And honestly, it doesn't even seem to be that deep. I thought it would be a little bit deeper, but I think it will work out nice. It is very bronze. I mean, I don't know how bronze I need to be. And I'm just worried about how I would look in the summertime per se. And then I also have the shade Bronze Divinity. So these are the 2 shades. And I am currently, if you've been here any amount of time, you know, I'm currently almost through using my Mented Cosmetics bronzer. So I do plan on still continuing to finish this up and pan it. I have panned a lot, but one thing I do notice about this, now it's like towards the end, and it's probably because it's just getting a little bit older, it does sometimes look patchy. I have to do a lot to kind of work it, or just to even make sure I have ample product on my brush because, you know, it's just around the rims. So I'm going to try that out. I have a freshly clean brush here. This is from the Angie Hot and Flashy collection from BK Beauty. So this is the A507. I love this brush. I actually have 2 of them here so we can try out the shades without disturbing the color. So first up, I'm going to go into Bronze Divinity, and unfortunately I don't know when these are coming to Sephora. It doesn't look like it. I think it's going to be later. And I do like how we have the nice little crown emblem, and so I just immediately started dipping my brush in, and ooh, it's a little okay. It's a kick up, but it's going to be okay. Get my brush. Okay, well, let's not do too much, you know, but oh wow, it's a lot going there. And I'm going to start here, and I'm going to kind of layer both of the colors. I just want to see, and we're just playing around. Okay, so this is a nicer, I mean, you definitely see something because I went from flat with just having on foundation to, you know, warmth on the skin. So it is a nice color. I'm not mad at it. Now, I'm not a super analytical person when it comes to bronzer. I like what I like. I tend to kind of stick with it because honestly, it takes forever to work on these type of products. Honestly, I've had that bronzer by Mentis is probably 2020, but I did just actually start using it this past year, to be fair. But it's giving good color. I don't feel like it looks patchy or anything like that. It does look smooth. It looks healthy. And honestly, I really didn't expect anything less. It's Pat McGrath. You know, the powders have always been great. The foundation, the complexion products, one of my favorite. This is actually my second bottle of her foundation. So I have just a nice little amount. I definitely went from flat to having a little bit of structure to my face, and this is a nice color. So that's what we're looking like right now. I think the color is nice. It's definitely a milder color. It's definitely more of a not extreme contour. I'm going to switch to brushes. Just, you know, keep them clean and don't disturb the color. I'm going to definitely go in with the darker shade and see what we get. And now, oh yeah, and they're definitely redder for sure. Ooh, I'm not mad at that at all. I mean, I don't know what I could say is a bronzer, to be honest. It's applying smoothly. It's giving nice warmth to the face. It's going on well. I think the color match works well. Definitely feel like you can build it up, bring it down. I'm starting to feel like I have structure in my face and a little bit of snatchedness. I definitely usually put it around my perimeter, areas like that. And I went from flat to I have a life in like 3 months. So it would have been less, but I was sitting here running my mouth. So I think they look good. And I definitely feel like I could build this up, you know, if I wanted to. I don't want it to be too dark. But I think that this is going to be, you know, it'll work as a good summertime color, or I can wear both now depending on what look I'm going for. So I'm happy about it. It looks good. Looks like a bronzer. You know, I'm not going to overanalyze a bronzer. What do you want from me? Now I'm going to jump in to the cheeks palette. Ooh, I'm excited to play with this. Let's see. So I'm really just curious to see. This probably is not going to show up on me very well. I mean, I would have to be very fair for this to, but I just, you know, it's like, okay, it doesn't really show up on me. It's a little bit, but it's nothing, you know. But honestly, I could use it to tone down some other colors if I put on too much. And I'm going to go in the shade with, I'm going to go with In Charge, because that's a shade that definitely calls to me. And I'll probably do a little bit of this as well. I think this is gonna be like, you could have this as a good one and done, because you do have, I do have something that would like basically match as being a bronzer. Let's see, this is the shade In the Buff. That's what it looks like here. And if I was to take the Pat McGrath Burnished Honey, they look like they're running about neck and neck. Burnished Honey is definitely, seems a little lighter. A little bit more goldeny. So that's Burnished Honey, and that's In the Buff. So that's nice to know. I think there's some good colors here if you have a different range of skin tone, something here kind of for everybody, you know, if you were just thinking about getting the lighter formulation. So I have some rougher brushes that we're going to use to test this out with, and I'm going to jump in with the first brush, which is the 05. I'm going to pick up a little bit. So what Maggie did tell me is, she said go in with a light hand. So we're going to go light first. This is, and it might be too much, but we'll see in a second. She wasn't playing. Yeah, she said go in with a light hand, all right. I'm just gonna blend that on out. But just to let you know, like, oh, it goes deep, you know what I mean? You don't have to worry. So you're going to have some nice color payoff. That's a shade I like. I think I shouldn't have just stuck it there, and I was just doing that for the demo, because I wouldn't do that for real. I was just doing my makeup. That's pretty. These are really pretty shades. Yeah. And so I'm going to fan my blush up. I tend to kind of put it on top of my bronzer, and then I kind of work it up a little bit as well. I'm going to go in with just a hair more. And I also kind of bring it up here. This is something I started in the pandemic by wearing a mask, bringing the blush up more. Oh, I'm blushy. I'm blushy. I'm glowy. It's giving, oh, this is a nice summer release, girl. And I do bring it up here. So I think I need to match the same energy on this side. Bring it up. Really pretty. It's giving summertime. It's actually really nice outside. It's in the 70s. It's also giving allergy season. I just took a prednisone. I was like, ooh, feel a little wheezy, feel a little here. When I go to work, I need to buy some Sudafed. And now I'm going to pop in with a little Make Me Blush. I probably don't need to mix the two, but ooh, I'm here for it. I definitely think I have a little bit too much on that side, but it's cool. And let's see. Let's test my theory. Pick up this blush. I'm going to go in with just a touch. Oh, I don't know. Just a touch is giving. It's giving a little bit. I was going to see if we can just kind of tone this down a little bit. I mean, you can. And it kind of buffs out everything really nicely. Ooh. I'm here for it. This is cute. Really, really cute. All right. The next thing I have, you probably didn't see coming. I didn't see this coming for myself either. And this is the Tom Ford. Yes, Thomas. Okay. Nude Light. So this is the shade in Illuminate and the color Nude Light. This is a purchase that Beauty and the Frizz made me buy. I said I'm going to have a whole video So we went in Tom Ford in Vegas. You know, we went to Vegas, went to go see Usher. Yachty was supposed to come. We missed her. She couldn't come because something happened. So everything's all right, but she couldn't make it, okay? And so we went to go see Usher Friday night, and then Saturday we went to Caesar's Palace, and we're walking around, and we went to all the boutiques and all the stores, and we had a grand old time. And we also went in to see Mr. Thomas, i.e. Tom Ford. So we sampled the new fragrances, like, you know, the Cherry Electric. And on my wish list, there was a quad. So I'm going to show it to you really quick. I know this is about the cheeks, but since I'm here with the story, I had this little baby in my cart for Sephora VIP. Now, I haven't done a video on it. I don't know. Maybe I will. But this is Electric Cherry. Oh, and I'm losing the little applicators. Electric Cherry. I have worn it. I do like it. You know, every once in a while you want something a little different, okay? All right, I'll get the other applicator in a moment. But, so I bought that, and then, tragic, okay? And I hit my nail. So I bought this, and I swatched it, and I was like, oh, this is going to be nice. And I'm going to actually use it, and I have been using it. And it cost $90. Yeah, $90. So this is the last little cheek product we're talking about here. And I just kind of tend to go in with both sides and kind of mix them together. That's what I like to do. Oh, okay. One time, wait. Now that I mixed the two blushes together with the bronzer, buffed it out really well, I like how this is sitting on my skin. It looks great. And with the lip oil, it's definitely giving summer appropriate, spring appropriate. It's also giving my 5-minute routine of how I like to get out the house, where I like to be made up, and I like to have my face on, my eyebrows, mascara, you know, cheeks popping, a lip. Sometimes it's a lip oil, sometimes it's a bold lipstick, and then highlighter. Ooh. Y'all can't tell me this ain't pretty. And, you know, Shade had the peaches shades, but I just like highlighters like this. And I knew I would get a lot of use out of it. Now, oh my gosh. Do you see this? Honey, I'm living over here. Okay. And so one of the other reasons that I actually purchased this, because one of my favorite highlights that I do actually still wear, but it cannot travel with me anywhere unless I find some Gorilla Glue or something, because the top. So, you know, this is my Maybelline Master Chrome highlight that I do like. $8. Bomb though. Bomb. Okay. And this was actually a collaboration between Puma, because I do believe they still sell this product, but this particular shade they don't. And the shade is really gorgeous. It's like a melony shade. And it kind of reminds me of this shade. And then, you know, my Pat McGrath ones, they're kind of, I brought them too, you know, shenanigans. So we hope not to break her, because something got to travel with you, girl. Now, did I need to spend $90? No, but I wanted it, okay? So that's that. It was my Vegas splurge. Oh, and the Panda Dunks, the Nike Dunks, the Panda, the black and white that are also popular. I found a pair of those in my size. Really exciting. Now I'm just adding highlighter. I'm done. That's it. Yes. So I'm very happy about the products that I've used today. I'm happy about the blushes. I'm happy. Did I say blushes? These are the bronzers. See, that's the only problem. So when it comes to bronzers, you're not going to know the difference because I have a bunch of Pat McGrath, you know, blushes and highlighters back here. And they all look the same. And sometimes I like to just grab based off of knowing what it is because I recognize the packaging. I'm like, oh yeah, that's this or that's that. It's none of that here because, oh, this is Venus Nectar and, you know, she's broken. Oh, this is Night Bloom. So if I read the back, yeah, but sometimes I just like to grab and go and not, you know, sit there and read the packages. So I think that would be my one complaint. Like, I understand the packaging that goes with the theme, but if it could have been gold or a little bronze color, well, like that. Yeah. So far, I'm impressed by everything. The lip oil is popping. I think one of my hairs from my locks or one of the brush hairs drifted into the gloss. But my lips look very healthy. Very, yeah. They look moisturized. I'm going to put a little bit of the other shade on top of it. And Dior lip oil is great, but this is $12. And I like the Dior lip oil. I've almost used it all up. It smells good too. Oh yeah. Okay, that hair is still there. Okay, it was like one of the brush hairs. So, yeah. It's really cute. Yeah, these will be in the regular rotation. The blush palette will definitely, everything, because I've already been using the Tom Ford. I've been waiting to show you guys the bronzers. It looks great. I feel bronzed. I feel good. I feel happy. I feel glowy. My cheeks are popping. The color of this blush is giving. I can't wait to try the purple shade. Oh, and this. Oh, if you had on like blue eyeshadow or like one of the Lure palette with this. It's a vibe. It's a vibe. And then this is nice to help buff it out. So don't be intimidated because even if you get this palette and you get the Juicy, yeah, and you need this shade to help buff it out. So I really like it. And you definitely need a light hand because as you can see, a little goes a long way. And that's the only thing about all these blush products. I'm like, oh, a little goes a long way for all of them because do you know how long it takes to pan a blush, a highlighter, a bronzer? Even if you use it every day, a lot. But I'm very happy with this look. This is very much everyday Ashleigh trying to get out the house, do what she had to do, but be cute and put together at the same time. All right, guys. So let me know what you think about the products down below. Give this video a big old thumbs up. Hit the notification bell so you know when I come back with another video, which will be soon. And subscribe to my channel. My camera's just going to cut me off when I'm doing the outro. But subscribe to my channel because you know I would love to have you here in my little makeup family. And with all of that being said, you already know what time it is. It's time for the Chaddies. Chaddies. Hey, 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 Chaddies. Chaddies. Hey, hey. All right. Bye.